Welcome in, welcome in. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Wingtree Tactiles coming out. The BM10 and the BM11. Very similar naming, very similar materials. These were formerly known as the Gold Stem, if you've been hanging around Yukis and some of my videos, and these were formerly known as High Tunes. They now have official names, BM10 and BM11. Slightly different material compositions. We didn't have that before, but now we do. So let's take a look at the switches. All right. The BM10. The BM10 is modified UPE stem. Top housing PC, bottom housing PA66. And it's got an operating force of 42 grams, bottom out at 62. So it's a little bit heavier. Pre-travel 2.4 millimeters, total travel 3.3. That's for the BM10. These guys is the BM11. Let's take a look at their specs for this guy. BM11 is also this modified UPE stem, but the bottom housing, instead of PA66, it's PC and fiberglass. And it's a little bit lighter in the springs, operating force 50, bottom out force 56, as opposed to 62 in these guys. Total travel 2.9, very, very fast, very, very short. All right, let's see what the descriptions say. First up, the BM11. The BM11's tactile switch, also known as the High Tune Tactile Switch, features a super short travel distance, piece-shaped tactile bump, thocky sound profile. Compared with the BM10 switch, the BM11 has a bottom housing made of PC plus fiberglass rather than PA66. This change in material and even shorter travel distance brings up the overall volume and pitch when the stem hits the bottom housing. If it helps differentiate between the BM10 and the BM11, the BM11 is the one that sounds louder, slightly clackier, and bottoms out faster. And the description for the BM10, this guy. BM10 tactile switch, also known as the Golden Stem Tactile, comes with a short travel P-tactile bump and a thocky bottom out sound. Unlike the Wingtree linear switches, they use a rounded stem tip with their long pole tactiles. Such molding design mellows the overall sound profile to make it pleasant on most configurations. So basically the same. Bottom houses change, springs, the operating forces change, and the travel change. Both are considered thocky switches. I can confirm that. These are definitely way deeper than the HMX ones that I usually like. However, I have tried both of these. They are quite pleasant to type on, and I quite enjoy these despite the deeper sound profile. All right, so we're going to be building it in the Core Plus. I'm going to take these caps off. These are quite fun. It's got Yamatakes on here. After a few days of using it, I don't like Yamatake still, even with this combination with the PBT. The board is bumped, so it will carry the sound of these very cleanly with no desk thump. And we will change this back to GMK. All right, so I'm going to give you a full sound test of the BM10, then the BM11. Listen to see if it's actually higher in clack, and then back to back with both of them. All right, here come the sound tests. Welcome back, welcome back. All right, which one do you guys like better? The BM11 high tunes or the BM10s, Baby Mama 10s, gold stems? Personally, I think I like the gold stems slightly more than the high tunes, or the B11s, I should say they're called now. The description said that these guys are clackier and louder, but I actually think these guys are clackier and louder. At least on this config on carbon fiber in the Core Plus with bumped feet, I find these guys to be higher. And because of that, I prefer these. Feel-wise, I can't remember which one said it was going to be heavier, but I think I like these as well. Both type pretty good. I would say there's still a nice change from HMX Tactiles, which are all way, way higher in pitch. So in some sense, these are thockier, but I would consider these mid-clack. But overall, I like the wing tunes. These are a buy. I still like them, despite the deeper tones. And I still like these better than some of the mid-clack and lower HMX ones. Particularly the Yamatakes, I don't like those. They were all right with the PBT, but these two I would pick over those any day of the week. Of course, my favorite will still be Hydra, Retro J, Cilantro. Those are the three HMX Tactiles that I would pick. Links for everything will be below. For both the BM10 and the B11s. I don't believe either of these are available yet, but they will be shortly. And of course, the rest of the other three HMXs will be available. I will leave links for everything. Code ShilohCutest for 7% off. Thank you, everyone. I love you guys. Peace out. Until the next one, where I will run the, I think, the KMs. The linear as well. I have those as well. All right. Thank you.